rest for the wicked when they always get acquitted. They're addicted to a life of this injustice they've committed. It's explicit in the news, yet they fail to admit it. They only see a business that is yet to reach the limit, so the digits fly high as the price and debt ceilings are continuously raised above a realistic healing. The population's forced to resort to drug dealing, desensitized to hope and lost the essence of the feeling. While up top, the politics won't stop to talk because they run around the block chasing tails with the clock. So the clock keeps ticking as the poor begin to drop, awaiting heaven's gate, but the door won't unlock, cause they lived a life of crime while just trying to get by. The sins are not forgiven for the ones who can't supply for themselves or their families, and yet they wonder why they left nothing but a headstone on the day that they died. And it's a true shame, the unseen struggle that's existing in the game. The helpless in the self-sustaining system are to blame, all because they've never had a single ounce of all the fame. All the same, they're forced to look to representatives, none of which they think would be a predicated president. They lost all identity as freedom-fighting residents. In these 50 states, they've gone and taken residence.
But somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of press. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest far right.
The people underestimate the power of the people, thinking of themselves as only separate cerebrals in the sequel. We're not equal, but we all stand as one, fighting for the rights of a country that once was. I wanna stand up and be a voice for the weak, my whole life dedicated, not just for a week. This is a cause, it is not a fad. We are MCs, and we are not bad. No rest for the wicked when they take in habitation, standing up for people who wrongly face incarceration. They lied when they signed Emancipation Proclamation, prodded and hated people who stood up against the evil. Lies about to quit and people less servants, but they were ran. So discern if slavery still exists. I stand against it and I'm white. I've opened my eyes to this, to rise a fist, an activist who practices and masters his craftnesses. It's not about the color of your skin. I must defend all races because oppression is oppression. So where do we go from here? Division furthers humanity? If that's the vision, it's wrong, and I'll say it candidly. Written in song, it seems we can all get along, but reality is different when you're hitting from a bong. See, bombs going off, and we got a lot of talk about presidents making promises we know they can't keep. All I'm asking is we end the poor's weep, we end the foreign thief, be energy dependent and stop apologies, get sentences that make sense, and last but not least, do not tread on me. We are the United States and I'm proud of that, but we gotta get back to when we didn't stand for crap. I rap to make you act, so when you listen, react.
The people underestimate the power of the people, thinking of themselves as only separate cerebrals. In the sequel, we're not equal, but we all stand as one, fighting for the rights of a country that once was. I want to stand up and be a voice for the weak, my whole life dedicated, not just for a week. This is a cause, it is not a fad. We are MCs, and we are not bad. I'm out for dead presidents to represent me, cause the ones that are alive don't give a damn about me. I'm fighting to survive in this country once free. It seems the ones who are deprived see the reality.
It's like 50 stars on your blue-collar chest, working a 9 to 5 to give your family the best. Best be trying to get more jobs, our economy's a mess. It must be musty up in DC, so they vacation out in Fiji.
The red, white, and blue takes advantage of you, the lives of the many for advancement of the few. Do you understand what I'm asking of you? When they say it to your face, go and ask them for proof.
And you asking the dude who's 17 and still in school what to do when they say screw the few who do say something. And we do pray to someone. Money owns your soul, so sew your soul back up, and society will follow us. The people underestimate the power of the people, thinking of themselves as only separate cerebrals in the sequel. We're not equal, but we all stand as one, fighting for the rights of a country that once was. I wanna stand up and be a voice for the weak, my whole life dedicated, not just for a week. This is a cause, it is not a fad. We are MCs, and we are not bad.
The people underestimate the power of the people, thinking of themselves as only separate cerebrals. In the sequel, we're not equal, but we all stand as one, fighting for the rights of a country that once was. I want to stand up and be a voice for the weak, my whole life dedicated, not just for a week. This is a cause, it is not a fad. We are MCs and we are not bad.